Hi all. Thanks for joining. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes until more people join in, and then we can get started.
Hi everyone. If you guys can turn on the videos, I think that'll be great if you can. Otherwise, it's fine as well, so that we can at least see each other. Okay, I think we will get started in a minute, but would love to know, where are you guys calling from? Can you guys put it in the chat? Today I am actually in India. It's 11:30 p.m. here. So I'm calling late in the night. But where is everyone else calling from? Canada. Nice. Poland. Wow. I've always wanted to go to Poland. Definitely. Anyone else from any other part of the world? Oh, wow. Okay. Switzerland. West Coast. West Coast. Where? Because if you are in California or something, I mean, we'll probably have Utah. Let's see. Germany. Hello from Germany. NYC. Hello. NYC. It's nice. I think if there are a bunch of people from West Coast, maybe when I'm back in California, we should have maybe an in-person meetup in West Coast. Can you guys not hear me? Hello?
We can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can hear you, yes.
I see. Yeah. I think Frey, we might have to reply to Frey that and East Coast. Yeah. And the meetup will also be in NYC, East Coast. I have lived in New York for like a year or two, so definitely one of my favorite places. Silicon Slopes in Utah. Huh. Wow. Nice. Cool. Awesome. So we'll get started, and I'll thank you everyone for joining. We are gonna keep organizing the meetups like these and webinars like these. The main goal here is to be able to definitely share more of what we are doing, and over the next couple of months, weeks, you'll see many more new features that are coming up again and again, even in Greta and all the things that we are building. You'll definitely love it, I'm pretty sure. But I think what I'll do is I'll hand it over to Hiteshi so that she can give a quick intro, and from there I think we can take it back.
Hey everyone, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So hi everyone, my name is Hiteshi and I work for Quest in growth and customer experience. And this is our second webinar so far. And we've been constantly trying to improve. We've been taking feedbacks and trying to bring better content for you all. And for this webinar, we chose this topic, which is how to build CRM without uh, learning how to code. And the reason is this is what a lot of people wanted us to build. So that's the reason we have chosen this topic. And going forward, we'll be taking more feedbacks and try to build things that you guys want us to build for webinars. So, like this statement says, almost every business in the world needs a CRM, but almost no one actually needs a Salesforce. As you all know, that every business requires a CRM. It's not a fancy word, Um and but the problem is that we tend to buy generic CRM tools, which is not meant for our product. Uh, which is why we're conducting this webinar so that we learn how to build our own CRM for our own specific needs. Um So the speakers for today, as you can see on the screen, is Vinita. She is the co-founder of Help Fiber, as well as Spectly. Then there's Shubham, who's the founder of Questera and Greta. Then there's Pankaj, who takes care of development at Questera. He'll be showing you the demo as well. And then there's me, who takes care of growth and customer experience at Questera. Now I would like to hand the presentation to Shubham, who will speak next.
Okay, so a little bit basics of why did we choose this topic is that yeah, a lot of people were building their own CRMs. They were like, whether it is a salon or it is basically a SaaS website or it is a general store, everyone was trying to build some sort of CRM for themselves. And CRM is like, you might feel like, what is this? This seems complicated. Why? What is the CRM? But it is as simple as, if you're doing anything, if you're doing any business, if you're doing anything basic as well, you have to record who is your customer or who is your user. When did you interact last time? What happened last time? Any activity, any notes? What is the next step that you would want to do with them? And when is the right time to follow up? A lot of that stuff, a lot of the basic stuff that you want to just record rather than putting it on pen and paper or just putting it on docs or notes, you'd want to just put it on a software. And that's what a CRM is, a place where we can just record all of that in a very systematic way. And that's why, because everyone needs this, and they usually tend to use Excels or just pen and paper or something like that, we were like, okay, let's take this as one of the top things that we want to uh, build, which is like a CRM. So if you have customers, any sort of customers, if you have a restaurant, a salon, anything, you need a CRM, as simple as it gets. And there are different types of CRMs, right? One is which is directly off the shelf CRM, like you buy HubSpot, Salesforce. Let's say if you have generational wealth, or if you were able to successfully raise from VCs, you have millions of dollars lying around, and or if you have a money tree at home, please go and buy off the shelf.
This meeting is being recorded.
Because you will definitely you need to spend the millions of dollars that you have. But a lot of us, which does not have money tree growing at home, we usually tend to go to the next set of options, which is maybe simple spreadsheets. We use Google Sheets or, Airtable or something very small, or we just literally create it on our pen and paper, maintain some copy. The third type is that we use some no-code tools like Notion, which are like pretty easy and pretty straightforward to use. But I personally believe that the fourth one that we'll talk in a second is the future, and that's what we all should be doing now more than ever. And we'll come back into this in a second, but let's look into a little bit about cost of these CRM for companies. Like, that's why this is such a big pain point, is that large enterprises, I've also worked at LinkedIn, Amazon before, and I've seen we paying millions of dollars to a lot of these CRM companies. So if you end up building, let's say you know a lot of restaurants or you know a lot of salons, like you can build a CRM and sell to those restaurants as well. So it's not just an opportunity for you to manage your customers, but also an opportunity to maybe have a side business and sell to other people, right? And there is humongous, large enterprises pay millions, mid-sized businesses pay a couple 100,000, small businesses pay thousands of dollars per annum to actually acquire these CRMs, right? So why not just buy, either why not just build something and sell it to people and use it for ourselves as well? And that is basically the fourth option that I'm talking about. If you can design and build your own CRM, not just to save money, but also it will be exactly according to what you want. If you buy any off the shelf stuff, you have so many limitations. But here now you have, with vibe coding tools, especially like Greta, you have the power to build something that you want in your view, in your way, right? And that's exactly what we are going to do today as well. And the first, with Greta, what we are going to build is a salon CRM, right? So this is one of the things that, one of the use cases that some of you called out, that this is what we would want to see as the demo, where as imagine you have a salon and a lot of people are coming in, you have hundreds of customers every day and you're super busy, right? And now what you want to do is make sure that you are able to track them. Maybe in the future, you want everyone to just do payment online. You want to maintain wait list online. Maybe in the future, you want to identify when was the last haircut done. So let me send them an offer in 2 months. Whatever. It could be anything. And if you go and buy such software, you'll actually get a couple $1,000 for sure, right? But why not just build it, right? And that's what we are going to do. Before we directly jump onto Greta, one of the most important thing is that, first of all, a CRM or any software that we build is as good as the prompts that we give it. And that is one of the most important things that when we are working on vibe coding tools or working with vibe coding tools, we fail sometimes because our prompts are not good, or the AI probably will not fail 90% of the times, but we fail to describe what we actually want. And as Frey mentioned, interesting to build CRM as well. There are hundreds of use cases where you can take from ERP systems to keep customers happy. You can do that integration and connection. There's just so much that you can do, and add your own thing into the CRM that you want. That's the beauty of it. The way that you want. You want one view, you want it in WhatsApp, you want whatever you want. And restaurants, gyms, clinic, agents, there's just so many different types of people, different types of companies that can have the same structure of CRM and different data. But before we talk about anything else, I would hand it over to Vinita, who has actually wrote a book about this topic as well, about prompting. She also is the founder of Specly. She will definitely talk a little bit more about it. And she is also a very strong believer of good prompts is equal to good software. So Vinita, please go ahead.
Thank you, Shubham. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar. I'm excited to share a few things with you, but before I jump into it, I just wanted to mention something that is in connection with what Frey just posted. The last webinar we did, we covered actually the topic of integrations in depth. I don't know if you have a recording, Hiteshi. If you have it, we can send it over to the folks on this session. We did cover how do you connect a variety of different systems as you think about building your new application. It's absolutely critical. As we know, we don't build these type applications in isolation. They're usually connected to some data systems that have already been developed, and therefore we won't cover it in depth at this session. We haven't planned for that for this session, but we certainly have I think a recording of, or we would be able to share the slides from the last session. All right, so now let's jump into this session. I'm going to share my screen. All right. Apologies, give me 1 second. All right, can you see my screen? Yep, okay, very good. Okay, so I'm going to cover the topic of spec-driven development. And the reason is because we want to build structure and reliability to the way that AI builds software. So the last couple of years, we've definitely seen AI agents have changed how applications are being created. But what's missing is rigor, right? And Specly was built to fix that. We've seen an explosion of vibe coding platforms, and certainly lovable Replit Greta. We're talking about Greta here. We're all, coding in Greta. These vibe coding applications have made it possible for anyone to build software by simply describing what you want. And it does feel magical initially, right? But that magic fades fast because when you go down the path of a single prompt and you go beyond the first prototype, things start to break. Usually a single shot prompt produces applications that are over-engineered or under-designed, and they're full of security issues, kind of impossible to maintain. And then if you try to fix that with more detailed prompts, the AI loops endlessly and it burns tokens and time. So now we're spending a lot of money and not really getting the output we're looking for. And then we tell people, okay, now go learn prompt engineering. And it's like telling people to go and learn programming all over again. So Specly solves this problem with what we're calling as spec-driven development, or SDD. It's a new layer of intelligence that gives AI agents the structure and the guardrails that they've been missing. In a sense, before an AI builds, we hand it a blueprint, and the blueprint is machine parsable for an agent and human readable for people, so both sides kind of stay aligned. We didn't start building Specly from scratch. It's built from insights from over 70,000 AI generated applications. We distilled what works into 12 blueprint categories, covering everything from design, systems, and architecture to security, performance, compliance, etc. So it's complete coverage and ensures that nothing slips through the cracks. So I'm going to now switch over to the demo and come back to slides right after. All right, can you see my Specly site? Can you? Okay. All right, so I'm going to start by saying generate my spec, and this is www.specly.site, just for you all to know. Okay, and I'll start by creating an estimate initially. I don't have access to the chat right now, but can somebody give me a suggestion of an application you want to build? Just speak up, please.
A salon CRM.
You're going to build that one right after. I can do that right now if you prefer. Okay, a salon.
Anyone else? Anyone else has something? Please speak up. Any specific CRM you want, or just CRM?
Yeah,
real
estate maybe.
Okay.
Okay, two people said real estate CRM, so here we go.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it a very broad, it's some very simple prompt here, you can see. But what it's doing is it's essentially now breaking it down and says, what can it do? User logs into their account, they can view a dashboard and overview of their leads and properties. You can add a lead, you can add contact information and specific property interests. You can do a bunch of things here, like you can see, right? Now I will say, okay, that sounds great for now. I'm just going to create a design vibe which is modern, minimalist. Let's go with cool blue. Let's go with, let's say, a MongoDB. I want it hosted on AWS, and I expect less than 1,000 users for now. I'm also going to go with the core features, just, user authentication, which we all want, payment processing with Stripe, an admin panel, user management. Let's go with third-party integrations because we know we need that. We may need some other real-time features as well. And we're going to need some analytics, push notifications, etc. So now I'm going to say calculate the estimate. Put my email address in there. And now it's going to start to create the blueprint for this application. Now this is an estimator. It's to give you some realistic numbers on what would it cost if you had to build this, even if you're vibe coding it, right? It tells you what your first year cost is, some management and your monthly recurring fees, and tells you all the features that are included in this application. Your users can do a lot of things with the CRM app. We covered it earlier. There's a cost breakdown as well. It also gives you a timeline as to when you get started and when the features can be built out. Some mock-ups, etc. I'm going to say, okay, that looks good. Here's my tech stack. And it is now taken that single prompt and developed a more detailed prompt here, as you can see, right? Based on the inputs that we just gave it. It's drawn it out. And now I'm going to say, okay, let's now generate a real spec. I'm going to create a standard spec and generate what you all know as a product requirements document. You're going to take what is just a few lines that was described earlier into a much more detailed product requirement document, because that's what your AI is going to need, right? So product requirements will be generated soon. You can take a closer look at it. And here you see, it's now described in detail what this PRD is going to include. It gives you the problem statement, make sure you can edit it if you want. Your target users, I assume that this will cover some of the personas you want to target, but of course, this can be modified and changed. Tells you why you want the go-getter agent who wants to go and close a lot of properties, is spending too much time doing manual data entry and follow-ups. You want to make that a lot easier for them. And then so yeah, it kind of draws it out. It also gives you the requirements in detail, right? And once this is complete, you can say generate spec. Now, there's a lot of specs that can be generated, okay, from design specs to your data schema to a lot of the compliance security spec, depending on really what you're going to want to do with this CRM. As Shivam rightly said, like you can create it minimally for your own personal usage. You could also create it as an application that you might want to deliver as a service to other people. So for now, I'm just going to go with the technical specs that will start generating that. And while this is generating, I'll go back to my presentation just to cover a few more topics. Okay, so we did look at, why would we how can we benchmark what Spectly is doing at this, going with a spec-driven development versus maybe a single or multi or a detailed prompt method. And we found that in general, when you use spec-driven development, you're able to reduce costs, you have better feature completeness, and ultimately better quality, higher degrees of security and compliance as well. And so that's just some data on a veterinary CRM case study that we did. Here, to kind of prove it, we built a CRM system 3 ways: a single prompt, a detailed prompt, and SDD. And you can see that SDD delivered 37% more functionality, double the screens, and eliminated all the critical security vulnerabilities. All right. I think I covered this for most parts. Now, is SDD, is it for all applications? Not really. It isn't fit for everything, and that's intentional. For simple sites, websites, or landing pages, single prompts are perfectly fine. When you are building enterprise or regulated applications where scalability, design, and security matter, SDD shines. And if you are really going into very deep, mission critical applications, you probably still have to develop some of these things manually, and SDD will give you get you somewhere there, halfway there, perhaps. You'll just still need to do a lot of work, additional work for mission critical applications. So let me give you a quick look of what a single prompt gives you in terms of a visual of an application. You can see it's pretty basic. And then when we built it up with Speckly and Greta, that's what it looks like, pretty full-featured and looks great, almost ready to go. Okay, let me just go back to see how it's doing. Okay, looks like it's getting halfway there. It's built out the architecture, right? Giving you some API specs, endpoints.
Vinita, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, am I not sharing my screen? Okay, hold on one second. Okay, can you see it now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So you can see here, we have architecture diagram, we have API specs that have been built out already, and the endpoints document has been created. We've got the integration points, service catalog, database schema. It's building out the data model, and a few more things, right? And I won't drain it any further, but I just say that very simply, when all of this is done, you essentially can save it to GitHub, give you a token, save it to GitHub, and then point Greta to that folder and build out the application. All right, so that's the demo of Speckly. If you have any questions, feel free to ask now or perhaps at the end of the session. I am a part of Help Viber, so just a quick plug for Help Viber. As Vibe coders, I do understand that there may be times where you might get stuck or you might need help. And there's a place where you can go and ask help. It's called Help Viber. Help Viber is the company that's also building tools such as Speckly. The website is speckly.site, but if you want to use the tool, you can feel free to use it. You can always come back to Help Viber as and when you have questions and need some additional hand-holding by humans. So with that, back to you, Shubham, or
Yes.
or
Thank you
yes.
so much, Vinita. So just to give you guys a little bit of summary, there's a lot that, as you can see, that needs to be thought of when you are building applications, and Speckly can definitely help you with that. But it was just something that I'm pretty sure that nobody is gonna understand all of the things that is needed. But I think as simple as it can get, that there are many things, and then we'll keep learning throughout this vibe coding journey. It's a long journey. We don't have to learn everything today. Okay. And we'll just make sure that we keep understanding all the different aspects and keep becoming better vibe coders. So before we jump on to the making the Salon CRM, I just want to say one thing, and I think from our team, Pankaj will come up. I want you guys to maybe try out and with us try to build something, real estate CRM or whatever you want, because I gave Pankaj only 10 minutes. So what he'll try to do is probably try to cramp everything up and try to build really fast so that we have more time for Q&A later on as well. But at the end of the day, one question that Bryce asked currently is that with Greta, he has seen that when he's typing a prompt and then he's just working with that prompt more and more, that performs a little bit less than if you give a highly detailed prompt all at once. That right now is technically a little bit correct. And let me tell you the reasoning behind it, not just with Greta, with a lot of tools, what you'll find is that when you are doing multiple prompts, it has generated a lot of code. And from this lot of code, it is transferring the prompt that you asked, the changes that you asked it to make, and then a lot of the code. So usually it is like dabbling between multiple things. And that's where agent mode is better, because agent mode is able to identify different things, which file to target, which line to change, and we are making it better and better. But there's no problem if you want to take a more detailed prompt. I would encourage you guys to have more detailed prompt, not humongously big. You can try to experiment with humongously big prompts as well. Try to see what happens. But that's how I think we'll go ahead with it. Now all to you, Pankaj. So feel free to share your screen and show us what building the Salon CRM would look like.
Thank you, Shubham. Hi, everyone. So my name is Pankaj, and I'm from Greta development team. So I'll quickly show you how we can build the Salon CRM demo. So I'll share my screen. So here, my screen is visible.
Not yet.
Yeah, it is visible.
Yes.
I can see Greta.
Okay, I'll just again share. Yeah, now it's visible. So I'll just have a prompt and just add it, and I'll explain the prompt once start building it, because prompt is a little bit detailed. So yeah. So this is the prompt which basically I've given to Greta. So let's start building that. I'll show you what it does. Basically, the first step is basically building the front end and front end back end as well, because of the limited time we have. So it's a simple prompt to build a production ready Salon front end with email and password, and then the pages that I have asked, other pages like login, dashboard, customer visits, reminders, and user. And this for the backend, currently I'm using no code. We can use Superbase and custom backend as well, but in this case, I'm using no code because I have to build it really quick. So this is the basically the no code JSON which I get from the no code website. So basically, I'll show you where you can also get this. Basically, uh, you have to come to your if you don't know about no code. So basically, no code is a website which gives databases like the Superbase, similar to that. So this is all I have created a Greta Salon database. So if I go to edit, you can see there are multiple tables already integrated in that customer table, reminders, salons, users, and visits. So I'll show you where I get this JSON file. Basically, when you click on three dots, you will see swagger.json. Here, when you click on that, you will see that entire documentation of the backend is here. You can just copy it and just give it to Greta. So I'll I'll explain more about now. This is basically the authorization token. Authorization token on you can also get it from the no code backend website. So this is the basically the
One
entire
quick,
backend.
sorry, one quick plug here is, if
Yeah.
any of you guys have any questions early on, feel free to ask. I can answer in the chat. But as simple as what he has done is he has created no code backend. I think you guys, a lot of you have heard of it already. He's using one of those solutions. Yes, cool. Instead of Supabase, he's using no code backend. This is another one of NCB. Yes. Yeah, that's another one that he's using because of time. And what he has done is he has created different tables there that he was showing you, all the tables that are needed. And he's just copied that schema and stuff like that in the one prompt. One of the things that we are in close contact with all these different teams, NCB, a lot of that stuff to be able to directly implement that. And please don't tell anyone, but this is one thing that I'm telling you guys right now is that we are also working on our own backend system that we'll launch in a couple of weeks, right? So that will make things much easier as well. Anyways, going back to you, Pankaj.
Yeah. So basically, from this prompt, I've also added some of the limitation, which is like really important to note that these are some of the things that I told that never add this auto-generated, which is auto-generated in the backend. So don't create this when you create add customer, add visits. Also, like I have also given the example. So, but the best way to tell LLM is by giving them examples. So this is the example uh, for the creating reminders. This is the example for creating users. This is the example for creating customer. This is the visit. And this is some of the things that I want. So make sure to have a, yeah. So let's check if it's built it.
Another quick plug that I will actually add here is that what Pankaj just showed is that how you can tell Greta that you can use different types of APIs. So here he gave examples of different types of APIs and how you can call them. And then now Greta is able to understand those APIs. And this is something that you can copy paste from all different, let's say you want to scrape something from the internet. You go in, you find a particular third-party solution, you can copy their API, give the entire detail to Greta. So you can copy a lot of these API details from different places and give to Greta.
Also, I'll show you how you can get this. If you want to use no code backend, then I'll show you how you can use this. Get the secret key. So you just have to go to my databases and then click on secret keys, and then you will get this secret key, and just you can copy it and just give it.
And never screen share with your secret key anyone else. We will destroy it. We'll destroy it. Pankaj is sharing it. We'll destroy it. But you guys should not share your secret keys. There is another feature that is coming up within Greta itself, which is to be able to store private keys more securely. And we will definitely share that as well. Okay. One more thing before anything else that I would also like to plug real quick is the rules that Pankaj talked about. So if Pankaj, you can go back and share that screen.
Okay.
Yeah, in this, he added a lot of these rules. You guys should definitely add. LLM is the way that I see LLM is like a 5-year-old kid, right? Or 10-year-old kid. You explain it to them, don't do this. Never, when you leave the room, make sure the lights are off, right? In capitals, or things like that. That's how I try to explain when I'm giving the prompts. You guys can also explain when you're giving the prompts, howsoever you want, right? You don't have to be more technical. Like, for example, Pankaj went in technical here because he's a developer. So he's like, always use uppercase and enum values, things like that. You guys don't have to go technical, but you have to make sure to give it certain rules in capitals or read first or whatever. It actually does listen, right? That's another important thing. And about Anish's question, limitation of 10 records with NCB. I can check with the NCB folks. I have not personally used NCB too much, but I can check with the founder if you want. We are talking with them we are just waiting for their APIs so that we can integrate. And we will definitely be able to share this document, reference document. Pankaj, share it with everyone and remove
Yeah,
the
sure.
secret keys once you're ready. But please, back to you.
So like it gets some error, then it's try to fix. Actually, I already told him that try to, but still he have that same error that React hooks. So I'll go right now. Just created the UI. So I just want to make some changes in UI. So it looks good. So I'll go to.
Can you show the UI once?
Yes. So this is the basically the UI right now. So I'll go to Chrome tab. Yes. UI. OBC CRM UI. Yes. Dashboard. So right now, this is the UI we have. We can take any UI. We have CRM dashboard. Just try to get this one. We can get any UI and just we'll take the screenshot of this. I just give to Greta. I want.
The screen seems to be frozen. We can't see the Greta screen anymore.
Oh yeah, just 1 second. Now it's visible.
Yeah, so what Pankaj is doing is he took the screenshot. He's asking Greta to actually make the same UI, take inspiration from it, and don't really make any functional changes. Now, this is another one of important things that we are trying to optimize more and more is like it should be as simple as if I liked something from anywhere from the internet, I copied it, I screenshotted it, and I'm just adding it here. I'm like, please make this, right? And that's what I am trying to do more and more here as well. And I think now it will go in and try to figure something out, just thinking. And some of you might see a different UI or different, like we keep making optimizations. So it is like you might see a little bit of a different UI in yours. But at the end of the day, I think that's what it's trying to do.
And the second thing what I did, there's a step that I did. I have mentioned in the document as well. The second thing I gave data. So basically the update the knowledge base. So it is important when you are using some custom backend. So it is important to tell data that these are the API that I used. I've compressed the API and just I've given him the endpoints that these are the endpoints and these are the thread operation this API can do. And these are the examples. So I've added this and added in the project settings. If you go see, there is a I've added this in my knowledge base. So this is my knowledge base and I've updated that. So what will
So
it will do?
one thing that Pankaj, we would love to know from you is that first of all, what is knowledge base? Right?
So basically what yes. Yeah.
And
So basically knowledge base is really important for LLM. So basically what knowledge base is that when users try to do prompt. So basically when suppose like we are prompting here and this prompts all goes into different we can say location. When we add something in knowledge base, basically it directly goes to Greta's non system prompt. So what basically it helps, it catch this prompt and use it like every time. So suppose you have added like you have to use this system prompt, and like you have like my UI is like, this is my UI things, this is my UI rules, and I want it to go through entirely in my chat. So you don't have to like again and again tell Greta that this is you have to follow this. Basically, you can set rules in knowledge base, and then it will follow the same rules.
Okay. So in short, so technically he actually mentioned about system prompt is that, right? But in simple plain English, it's about any rule that you want for the project, that use this color, front end should be this, back end should follow these rules, blah, blah, blah. Don't move away from these rules. You can give it to knowledge base. And that is actually very powerful as well, because now you can tell knowledge base that this is the theme that I want. I want make like so that AI is not confused. Because let's say you're making a big project, it's very easy for AI to get confused and roam around here and there. So what Pankaj did in this case is he took the backend settings and he added into the knowledge base that, hey, this is the backend settings, this is the front end settings, this is how I want UI. Make sure that this always remains consistent and never hallucinate. So that is why, like, to tackle the hallucinations of AI, that's why we have taken those.
So now basically it's able to change the UI, but I think there is some issue in the UI that it's not catching that. So I'll show you one more thing here. So basically we tried to clone this UI, this one. So basically I've tried it before as well. So basically I give the system prompt, and the end goal will be like this is the main prompt that we give to Greta. Then it builds something, and then again I ask him to change the UI to this. Then he change the UI in that case, and then some issues that I mentioned, that buy revenue is not showing, and buy revenue is showing wrong. So these are some of the fix that I give to Greta. So basically, I show the demo of the app that I have made. I just yeah. Yeah. So if I try to add any users, yeah, I'll do that. Then like before this meet. So this is the same prompt that we give, and then I ask Greta to change my UI. Just simple clone this screenshot and make sure that I change my UI, and then generated this. These are some of the visits we can add. Customers, I'll try to add one visit as well. Can I get yeah. So this 199 added, and if we go to so we can see this is also added here as well. So we have these customers here. We can add customer, add visit, add reminders as well. If I try to add reminders, this user, this button is not working. So if like any issues we are facing, that we can ask Greta that okay, this is not working, so you can you fix this? So it will able to fix that. Thank you.
Cool. I think one of the things that we should also do is, now in the era of AI, we should be able to create record and speech to text. And from speech to text, being able to add all of those directly. And right now, I think to answer Jay's and Faye's question, the first question is, at the end of the day, metas. So one of the things is that you need to give more instructions to AI. right? And that's what is called this meta prompt, basically, right? And what the advantage is that this is persistent, right? And this is something like meta prompt is like common across the entire conversation with the AI for that chat, because it goes every time with every prompt, as simple as it gets, right? Now, that is as Pankaj also mentioned, that is super important, especially the meta, because Jay and Frey, both of your question actually is this answer is the same. If you take that meta prompt, like how Pankaj took certain structure of the backend, whether it is Supabase or whatever it is, and you give it to our um, uh, knowledge base, that please don't change this. This is the back. This is how it should be, right? It will always go in the prompt as a system prompt that you should not change an important meta prompt in addition to everything that you're asking it. Does it make sense? Okay. When we will expect new features in Greta? So Greta, there are new features every week, right? But at the end, so you should keep expecting features every week, every other, and I will probably announce features every 2 weeks, and maybe I'll try to announce it every week as well, right? But you'll see the features in every couple days. One of the top features that are coming up, I think I'll keep some of them a surprise, but I am pretty sure that you'll like the new designs that we will have. You'll also like backend is something that we are very actively working on, yes, as well. So it will be launched in a couple of weeks. Slowly and gradually, we'll ramp up. I want to keep things a surprise, but at the end of the day, I think I'm very excited about one of the features. I don't know how many of you are in beta. Okay, perfect. Because there is one of my favorite things in beta is gonna be launching next week. So I'm very excited about that. And access my team to collaborate on the project. I think this, if not already, the V0 of collaboration or adding your team is actually, maybe it's just internal. Maybe it is available for a few people, but you'll probably see it in 1 to 2 weeks. Can we get Figma integrations? Yes, Figma integration we are working on. Trust me, it is it's something that we are trying. Pankaj himself is working on it as well. So we are working on that.
Instead of Figma integration, like right now, if you go to like you to give any image or like copy images and PNG in Figma and then give it data, then you will see like far better results from any other is
From any other
what I
vibe
feel.
coding platforms. Yes, that's what he means.
Also,
So,
like today, my demo is like no one forced me to do the demo. So yeah, so
yeah, I did not force any of the people in the team to attend and give the demo, I promise. But I think, yes. So I would suggest try taking a screenshot from Figma and try to see if that works. How easy or difficult is to integrate third-party tools such as SMS or WhatsApp? So it should be like any third-party tools, let's say if you want to copy segment API or anything of that sort, you can copy those APIs and give that to Greta. Once we launch our backend integration as well, where you can actually do your no-code backend, where you can do Node.js backend or write different types of backends, then it will be even better, because now you can deploy backend separately. You can make changes in the backend code as well. So that will come in a few months, a couple of weeks, right? Could it be helpful to ask Greta to make? Could it be helpful to ask Greta after some time to make a review of function and structures? That's
Shubham,
yeah.
sorry to cut you off, but just wanted to ask everyone that since we'll be doing more webinars in the future, if you all can just type in what is it that you want us to build for our next webinar, since we just have 2 minutes now and the call is going to end. If you all can just type in your suggestions, we'll, for sure take your suggestion and implement them very soon. Yeah.
Yes, and I'll answer that in a second. Thank you so much, Pankaj, Vinita, Hiteshi, for great presentations and helping us understand more. Thank you, everyone who is here in this journey to understand and be a better vibe coder. We are in this together. We are all figuring it out together. So you are in the right place. And in the meantime, Hiteshi, if you can take the screenshot, I'll answer. Like, if everyone can turn on their cameras, if you guys are not in any weird positions, we'd love to we'd love to take a screenshot. And in the meantime, I think the answer. This is it's an interesting question. I would love for you to send it on Discord as well. I'll take this up and see if there is a better way to be able to take that snapshot so that we can have structure. Okay. Let's smile, everyone. We'll take a
Yes.
screenshot.
I actually cannot see everyone for some reason. I'm not sure if it's my internet, but or maybe people are just turning on their
I'm,
cameras.
I can see, I think a lot of people, so I'll just take everyone.
Yes,
Three,
yes.
2, 1, click. Oh, wow. 3, 2, 1. Again, last. Like, perfect. Okay. Thank you so much. I think you guys were great. I like for another 1 or 2 minutes, I'll answer the questions until the call is not ending. But best practices to please feel free to give us these suggestions on Discord. We'll send you the slides. We'll send you everything over email, anything. And full build to deployment. Yes, we are actually making it even easier how you can actually create something and deploy something as simple as possible. And I can promise you that in a couple of months, we will be at a place where, I mean, you'll just imagine and think, and maybe it goes live, right? And WordPress or other hosting platforms, we actually do have Netlify, which you can use. WordPress will come in the future. And go back to Brad's comment, how we can fix areas. I recently had improved for sections for fix space. If you want to, if the question is around how you can fix a specific particular area, we have element inspector. So search for that. So you can select a particular thing in your preview. Let's say you're in your created website, you can select something and you can ask just that particular piece to be changed. Make sense? Templates, we are actually working on better and better templates. You'll see us, we have like a templates team entirely that is going to be started to aggressively work on some of those templates. It's not a big team, but it's at least a team. And we do have an affiliate program. We have a referral program and an affiliate program, both. So if you have any questions along those lines, I would highly recommend you to just ping any of us on Discord, Ashmit or me, and we can help you set it up. Or you can just email me, shubham@questera.ai. How to secure secret info? That is a good question. It is, you'll see, I'll announce more about this in the next few days. We are explicitly taking some steps so that you can actually have better flow there. Greta isn't getting any new features. No, it is getting new features. I recently announced new features. You will see more upcoming features as well. I promise these people are working on many new features which you'll not even see on any other vibe coding platform out there. How do you contact me directly? You can send me an email on shubham@questera.ai. And so with agent mode, technically the cap is not there. We have an option there, like the notice and stuff, but with agent mode in beta, or I think we have optimized it much more. So you can try making bigger projects and keep us in loop as well. So it doesn't matter if we launch our backend or not, all the options, whether it is super based, no-code backend, everything Firebase, whatever it is, it'll always remain. I like the feature. It seemed to not work the last time I tried. Yeah, I mean, we are trying to make it better day by day. So I'm glad that something that was not working earlier has worked now. It is possible to select the LLM at the beginning of the chat. Very, very good question. At the beginning of the chat, we actually do a lot to be able to generate the best possible thing. So it actually goes through multiple LLMs and stuff like that. And that's why we are not giving up that control to start with, right? But maybe in the future, we'll be able to give that control because we use 4 or 5 LLMs together. That's why it also has more credits, and that is the best that we have found. And that's why the initial generation we have optimized it so much that initial generation that you'll see is probably one of the best that we have across all the vibe coding tools, right? Because we have done a lot of optimizations. I found no code backend very confusing, so I refunded it, but I considered Greta, but upcoming features. Do you recommend waiting? I don't know if I should recommend anyone buying anything or waiting or not. It's everyone's personal preference. If you think it is a good deal, you're getting a good deal. A lot of people do like it. And once we launch our backend, you will not need it. If that's the short answer, but it's up to you guys. I'm not asked. Yeah, it's personal preferences. Okay. Yeah. I don't want you guys to be like, oh, you said no, and now my AppSumo deal is gone for no code backend. So, but anyways, thank you so much again for everyone. Hopefully I was able to answer all the questions. If there are any more questions, please feel free to email me or tag me. But really, really, really glad, and thanks for joining us from all over the world. It's a journey together. Let's be the best in the business, best vibe coders of all time. Thank you, guys.